Dumb stuff, Trump said. Today we're getting into comments about the execution of babies, a sexist dig at Kamala Harris, and a threat to Facebook founder and CEO Mark Zuckerberg. Hey, Chris Cram here for Augusta Free Press. So this is a new recurring column, and it's going to be easy to do. It's like low-hanging fruit, dumb stuff, Trump said. Um, it's really not a matter of finding the dumb stuff. It's kind of picking and choosing and curating. Today's top story, told a crowd of supporters in Michigan on Thursday that, quote, in 6 states, you're allowed to kill the baby after the baby is born. And I'm sorry for laughing because I mean, I wish I was making this up. Trump was telling a story to his rally crowd about an interview with an NBC, quote, fake news reporter, quote, a very terrible person, but she's okay, actually, he said, in his usual mealy-mouthed way of speaking. And then he bragged about how he, quote, handled it very nicely because you know what? That's so overplayed. We have abortions. We have the whole thing brought back into the states where it belongs. I was just telling this reporter, Trump said, the real problem and the real radicals on that issue are the Democrats, where you can have an abortion in the ninth month, Trump said. And in 6 states, he went on, you're allowed to kill the baby after the baby is born. And you know, one of those states is Minnesota, where this Tampon Tim comes from. Tampon Tim is Trump's dumb nickname for Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, of course, the Democratic vice presidential nominee. If you need the fact checked on this one, well, first, shame on you for needing the fact check. But no, two, there aren't any states, much less six, in which you're, quote, allowed to kill the baby after the baby is born. And three, Minnesota is not among those non existent 6 states. He just made this up. All right. Next story in our dumb stuff is Trump's repost of a tweet of a decades old photo of Kamala Harris and Hillary Clinton with the caption, funny how I'm not. I want to be careful that YouTube doesn't censor this. So funny how BJ's impacted both their careers differently. Of course, the word was actually spelled out. Now the get it right. The manga set has latched onto the notion that Harris only got her start in politics due to the help of former San Francisco Mayor Willie Brown, who she briefly dated 30 years ago. See, Brown appointed her to now these are the actual names of the commissions she was appointed to: the Unemployment Insurance Appeals Board and the California Medical Assistance Commission. Now, as sexy as those assignments might sound, no, that's not why she's running for president now. She didn't go on to be the elected district attorney, a state attorney general, a U.S. senator, and vice president if not for being appointed to these two rather inconsequential commissions. The issue is here, honestly, it's white MAGA males and their subservient white MAGA females that they can't seem to get it. That women are perfectly capable on their own of graduating from college, graduating from law school, working their way up from assistant district attorney to being elected to the top job, doing a good enough job there to continue to climb the ladder without needing a man. It kind of goes against everything that the MAGAs believe in, that men are lords of the realm, that women exist only to serve men's sexual needs, raise the kids, and make dinner. It's what Make America Great Again is all about to these folks, right? Taking America back to a time when white males ran the world, women, blacks, and Latinos knew their place. There was no such thing as LGBTQ plus. Our final story in dumb stuff is this was something that was addressed to Facebook founder and CEO Mark Zuckerberg, like I mentioned earlier. Now here's a quote, and this is just funny. The quote is, "We are watching him closely, and if he does anything illegal this time, he will spend the rest of his life in prison, as will others who cheat in the 2024 presidential election." Now, what Trump's getting at there, this is apparently from a new book from Trump. And you see my eyebrows raising. It's called Save America, which now, if he actually had anything to do with writing it, that would mean he's now written more books, one, and no, we don't count Art of the Deal because he didn't actually write that one, than he's read, which would be zero, right? So, anyway, his beef with Zuckerberg, I made it funny there. His beef with Zuckerberg I guess is essentially you can boil it down to the guy doesn't suck up to Trump enough. Zuckerberg, the latest ghostwriter for Trump, wrote in this Save America, which, man, I just can't wait to not read that. Quote, would come to the Oval Office to see me and bring his very nice wife to dinners, be as nice as anyone could be, while always plotting to install shameful lockboxes in a true plot against the president. He told me there was nobody like Trump on Facebook, this book reports. But at the same time, and for whatever reason, he steered it against me. To repeat, we are watching him closely, and if he does anything illegal this time, he will spend the rest of his life in prison, as will the others who cheated in the 2024 presidential election. Honestly, those two deserve each other, don't they? So if you have anything for us here at Augusta Free Press, story ideas, news tips, any constructive criticism, please email me at chris@augustafreepress.com.